dude behind you in the black coat.
Who are you talking about?
The one staring at you?
Can you believe the cast of Legacies were not allowed to take restroom breaks freely? One of the things about Legacies is they always have to follow a set of super strict rules if they want to prove that they're worthy of their name and stature. This is true for real-life Legacies like Maya Hawke and Jaden Smith, but it's also true for the cast of the CW's Legacies, who need to appease fans of both the Vampire Diaries and the originals, since it is a spin-off of both highly successful shows. The pressure was really on for Danielle Rose, aka Hope Michelson, as well as the rest of the cast. They were under super strict scrutiny while playing their parts in Legacies, and the show's producers were likewise under pressure to make them look good. This translated to a number of strict rules that the cast had to observe while filming on set. Here are some of the strictest rules that the cast of Legacies had to follow. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We are giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Number 1, brace for long hours. Before the global health situation struck, forcing the production of Legacies to come to a grinding halt, it was all about the grind for our young vampires slash werewolves slash witches. Because of the show's tight production calendar, they sometimes had to spend 16 to 18 hours on set. You can just imagine this leaves very little time for the actors to do anything else other than work when production is ongoing. This also meant some of them had to spend entire birthdays working because the sacred calendar just couldn't be adjusted for them. But Danielle Rose Russell says Legacies creator Julie Plec always makes sure their time on set is worth it and enjoyable despite the long hours. For instance, Danielle herself spent her birthday on set and Julie bought cake for everyone. The thing is, the day after that was the birthday of Kaylee Bryant, who plays Josie Saltzman, and of course Julie couldn't play favorites, so she had to buy more cake for everyone again. I guess when the Legacies are not blasting monsters into smithereens, they love stuffing themselves with cake to deal with their impossibly long work hours. Number 2, respect the call time. Since the days are long in the Legacies set, they absolutely have to start on time to finish filming everything scheduled for that day. This means the cast members are not given any grace periods when it comes to their call time. When they have to be there at 6 a.m., they are not to arrive at 6:01 and certainly not a minute later. The production crew, including the makeup artists and costume department, arrive on set hours before the actors do just to prepare everything for filming, so the least the cast can do is come when they're expected to arrive. One surefire way of destroying your reputation as an actor is to constantly disrespect the call time and to be the one everyone else waits for before filming can start. No director wants to work with unprofessionals, so these actors know what's at stake once word gets out that they never arrive on set on time. Of course, consideration may be given for emergencies and other unforeseen circumstances that could delay the arrival of the cast members on set, but even then, they are expected to at least notify everyone when they're running late instead of having everyone on standby wondering what time they'll arrive. I mean, that's just good manners, right? Number 3, get permission for everything. Once the cast members arrive on set, they're expected to stay in their vanity trailers whenever they're not actually filming. They have to be available and ready to shoot at any time, which means they can't exactly wander off just because they're not the ones actually being filmed. So they literally have to get permission from the director and producers when they need to step out to take a call or when they need to use the bathroom. Yep, even if it's just for a quick pee break, they have to notify everyone lest they are suddenly needed in a shot or sequence and they're nowhere to be found. Anyway, the actors are periodically given 5 to 15-minute breaks to take care of their personal needs, such as going to the bathroom or eating a quick snack, so they really have no excuse to be excusing themselves all the time when they're not yet doing anything. The actors are also expected to stay in character and study their next lines, so it is frowned upon to use this time for personal reasons. After all, acting is a job, and how would your boss feel if you suddenly left your cubicle and wandered off? That wouldn't make any sense, right? Number 4, no excuses. Everyone must come prepared. Again, acting is an actual job, so just as much as the rest of us have to come to work prepared for our reports and daily deliverables, the cast of Legacies also has a lot of things to prepare before the actual shooting days. Naturally, they get their scripts ahead of time, and then there's the table read that allows them to flesh out their characters, but the onus is actually on them to deeply vibe with these mythical creatures they're playing, to deliver a convincing performance once the cameras start rolling. While this is true for all actors, no matter what show they're doing, the pressure is just greater for the cast of Legacies because, apart from their own roles and characters, they also had to both study the Vampire Vampire Diaries and the original, because they're basically continuing a story even though Legacies is not actually a sequel, but a spin-off. For instance, Jenny Boyd, who plays Lizzie Salzman, had to study the character of Lizzie and her mother Caroline on TVD, so she becomes believable as Legacies' Lizzie. Number 5, no smoking on set. Other shows that are geared towards a younger audience actually prohibit their cast members from smoking in public, even when they're not on set. Legacies is actually much more lenient about this since they have a more mature audience, but that doesn't mean the actors are allowed to have smoking breaks on set. This is mostly because the flame from cigarettes and the hot ashes flicked from it could destroy some of the set props, which creates nightmares in terms of the show's continuity. All the cast members must do their part in preserving the things used in production, especially the houses that are simply leased for the duration of the show, because they can't afford to get kicked out of these buildings and risk having to reshoot everything they've done so far. So no, they can't exactly smoke on set, but nothing bars them from doing it at home or on the way to the venue. But hey, there's always unlimited brewed coffee on set for those who just want to stay awake throughout those long filming hours. Number 6, mind your etiquette. As mentioned earlier, some of the houses used in the production of Legacies are actual residences that the CW simply rented for purposes of the show. This means the cast members have to be careful not to inflict permanent damage on any of the borrowed stuff. And since the series is still ongoing, no one is allowed to swipe certain items or props as their own personal souvenirs just yet. Of course, it's sort of a tradition in Hollywood that once production has wrapped up, the actors get their pick among the props used in a show they're in to keep as remembrance. That's how Neil Patrick Harris ended up with the red McLaren's booth from How I Met Your Mother. So all that's being asked of the Legacies cast is that they be patient and wait until the show is completed filming everything before they can take home their favorite prop. For now, they have to be on their best behavior so as to preserve everything that is still needed in future filming dates. Number 7, attend acting classes. In an interview, Julie Perk revealed that they were instructed to cast based on talent and merit, not based on names. They were assured that the show didn't need big names, so they didn't chase any of those actors who already have established careers or portfolios. Instead, they cast people who looked perfect for the roles and just had them attend acting classes to prepare them for the demands of such a highly anticipated show. It is in one of these acting classes where Jenny Boyd had a rather cute moment with Candace King, who played Lizzie's mother, Caroline, on The Vampire Diaries. The two were apparently attending the same acting classes, and the moment Jenny got the call that she bagged the role of Lizzie, she approached King in class and announced, "I'm playing your daughter." Unfortunately, we don't know how Candace King reacted to that, but we can only imagine that she was just as psyched that the role went to someone she knew in real life. But anyway, yep, the actors all had to attend acting classes and workshops for their roles in the series. Finally, and this is no doubt the strictest rule that the cast of Legacies has to follow, absolutely no spoilers. Nobody likes spoilers, but one can imagine how the actors' closest friends and family members would be pestering them to spill what's going to happen next, especially after those dang cliffhangers. But the cast really have to keep the show's secrets safe. After all, it's the show's ratings that will suffer once spoilers leak out, because no one will be waiting an entire week to watch something when they already know what's gonna happen. Good thing they're all tremendous actors who know how to put on poker faces. Otherwise, everyone could tell if something controversial is about to happen to their characters in the next episode. This rule is so strict that it is written in their contracts and NDAs, which means the actors can actually get kicked out of the show and may even be sued for breach of contract if they violate this rule by giving out spoilers. And that's how difficult it is to be a legacy. They have to follow all these rules just to prove to everyone that they're worth the characters they're playing. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.